What we're looking at today are the schedules. These are the daily schedules, not the stage schedules. It's right here. Let's take a look at what the end output is. So here we are on the NASA Rally Sports site, and this is for the 2014 Magnum Opus Rally. And we end up with a nice schedule which lists the times that things are happening, and also it builds a Google map, which is, clickable, has all the pieces. And then these orange pieces themselves are clickable and will open in the navigation on your cell phone. So if we click that, we would be able to navigate directly to wherever we were going. So that's what the output is, and it'll also build some nice PDFs. So if we jump back here, this is the main admin panel of NASA Rally Sports, and we will go to schedules. And what we have is these are the categories that we've created: racer, volunteer, spectators, and complete. And we can edit those any way we want to. The complete schedule, which just is a mix of all those pieces, we don't have published out here. So what we see is from the main NASA page. If we go to schedule and then go down to the 2014 Magnum Opus Rally, these ones that we've marked as published, racer, volunteer, spectators, that's what's marked as published here. Racers, volunteer, spectators. And we can change the sort order any way we like. And that will affect how they appear on this page. And then each one of these categories ends up having its own schedule. And this is really great for the volunteers. They can get a very detailed schedule, which isn't mixed in with all the stuff that the racers have to do. So that's really a really nice advance forward. So now that we've got the categories taken care of, we have the items that we're going to put into those. So we're just looking at the created. This is just going to be the name of whatever you're doing, and then we have the place where it's happening, and then a start time and a finish time. And these are managed through a piece like this under the Chrome browser. So this is really fairly straightforward. You're just putting in what you want and when you want it to start and finish. You can leave the finish blank. That makes sense for some things. For instance, first vehicle starts rally, doesn't really have a finish. Or you could say, rally and have a start and finish of the day. That's up to you. So once these pieces are done, then we want to actually get the GPS location and put them in. So the easiest way to do this is, since what we're trying to do is open this in Google Maps, is not to go out and get this data from a GPS device, but rather get it from Google Maps itself. So if we are looking at this particular Google map, and we say we want this to happen in the parking lot right at the front, if we right click with our mouse and ask what's here, it will give us the exact GPS coordinates that we want to put into this box right here, and that will make the pin appear exactly where we clicked. So that's the best way to get the GPS coordinates that you're looking for. And you can also put in the address. So and once you have them in, you can give a little test, and this will just open that particular pin in a new tab, so that you can see that that's exactly where you wanted it to appear. So that's how the GPS location works. Now, and we can switch back and forth. That's usually what you're doing, is adding pieces and then dropping the GPS in. And the one piece that is here, we need to connect each of the items to the categories. So once we change our mindset of how we think about the schedules for these different groups, we realize that we don't necessarily want to overload the volunteers with the racer information, or the spectators with the volunteer information, and really all the way around. So connecting items to categories, what we end up with is we can take each of the pieces that we've built and then connect them to how we want the schedule to look. So if we go, we can notice here that the volunteer registration is not part of the racer schedule. And if we jump back to the schedule for racers, we can see that the volunteer schedule is not listed, which is just fine. And then the volunteers will have a lot of stuff on their schedule. This is fairly bare bones, but there could be a lot of training sessions and meetup periods that the racers wouldn't need to know about. So you can manage that and then build all of these and connect them in any way that you like to create multiple different schedules that all do actually tie back to the same pieces. That way you make sure that you get the correct, there's no data that is misaligned. And then once that is done, we can actually take a look at these and have some very nice looking pieces that we can then export to PDF, just using the print and using the export to PDF pieces. And this you can drop as a PDF directly into your subregs, and that makes that completes the loop and makes sure that the data that you're using, that you have online, matches up with what you have in the SEPs, and gives you a sort of verified full piece. And the same thing, just this is the same data repeated again. We can see that this is all of the pieces in each of these, and these are live maps too. And wherever we click on any of these, it'll tell us what are the things that are here. So that all gets built automatically, and the same map technology ends up showing up here. The same thing. We can click on any of these links, and also in the the mobile tools, these are also clickable to say, there's the award ceremony. Click on that, and it will bring you to the award ceremony using the navigation. So it's a really great tool for getting your people around, and you could make a schedule just of spectator areas and locations and times, and let people navigate that, with the problems that you hope they aren't going through stages. But that is the basic tool which lets you handle all that. The last piece is just the setup, which really just says, have you published this yet? And then, for whichever other events you have permissions for, it'll let you switch to those. So that's the tour of the NASA Rally Sport schedule building tool.